Hi everyone, Monica here. Welcome to Advice to Think Twice. I wanted to do a reading for you guys looking at that legal situation. That's what I'm going to title this, that legal situation. And legal situation, what I mean by that, it's obviously anything to do with the court system, anything to do with disputes where the law has been involved in one way or another. Even if it's just you talk to a lawyer, it hasn't gotten to taking someone to court yet, but the legal process has been started one way or another, where you just whether you took someone to court or you're just sitting down with a lawyer, talk about your options, etc. Okay, but it could also be things to do with paperwork, documentation, licenses, permits, dealing with officials and government institutions, okay, where again there's some sort of a legal process, there's paperwork, okay, it's that kind of an energy, okay. So it could be a dispute, it could be, even if it's something where you just got HR involved, okay, that class has a legal situation, or literally taking someone to court, divorce, custody. Could be the flip side where you're trying to get a marriage license. You know what I mean? That's a legal situation. But mainly it's, the less pleasant aspect of when the law is involved. So trials and disputes, that kind of energy. So if you're drawn to the video, either you're dealing with something like that, or something like that's coming up, or it's literally advice for you that it might be time to get the law involved one way or another. Okay, so let's see what's going on for everybody watching that needs this message. Everyone who's dealing with a legal situation. Shows the situation, the challenges, what's unknown, and the potential outcome of the legal situation for everybody watching, for their highest good. And as always, remember to like, share, comment, and let me know what this is for you. Four of Pentacles, money involved. If it resonates, and if it does, I hope it helps you. And please subscribe to the channel if you haven't. It helps out the channel a great deal. And thank you to everyone who has been doing all of that or any of that. I really appreciate your support. Okay, show me that legal situation. Okay, so here we go. That's the legal situation. That's the challenge or obstacles. That's unknown factors that are influencing this, and this is the potential outcome to the legal situation. So at the bottom of the deck we have the Two of Swords. So with the Two of Swords, this could be impasse. It is where you hit a brick wall and you've tried everything, you can't move something forward, there's two parties involved, there's no communication, there's no compromise, no one wants to give in to the other, no one wants to actually meet in the middle, okay, very stubborn energies, I want what I want, and the other party is doing the exact same thing. So that could be something that has led to a higher power being involved to judge and decide over, rule over whatever this dispute is about, whatever this impasse is about, okay? The Four of Wands. So it could be a divorce situation, settlement, to do with property, custody arrangements. King of Rods, an air sign might be involved, Aries, Leo, Sag. Let me just get comfortable. Okay. But yeah, someone wants out of a marriage, or someone wants out of a commitment. Or someone was cheated out of something. Assets, a job, a promotion, Okay, let's get more detail about the illegal situation. So we have the Eight of Swords with the Three of Wands and the Knight of Swords. So it's interesting we have the Two of Swords and the Eight of Swords in the situation. Either you were told don't speak to the other party, don't interact with them at all, or this is something that has blindsided you, okay, which is more likely. With the Three of Wands here, it's about a departure. It's about a departure. Someone turned their back, or someone came in, took something, and left. Someone came in, made a promise to you, and then they're leaving. They're turning their back. It has led to a lot of conflict with the Knight of Swords, a lot of hurtful words. This person could also be trying to, I'm going to read the energy, but it's down to you to figure out where you are in terms of timing. This is something that could have already happened. It's something that is currently happening or will be happening very shortly within your legal situation. But what I'm seeing here, this is like blindsided. They thought you wouldn't do anything about it, right? They thought you wouldn't do anything about it. So let's say someone cheats you out of money or cheats you out of a job or a promotion they promised you, and then they take their word back, or they take it back, or they never deliver, and they're thinking they're never going to do anything about it, right? So I'm fine. And maybe normally you would let it go. Maybe normally you would look for the more, harmonious resolution here. But I feel like this time you went and got some options, or you went and raised it with HR, or you went and got some options from an attorney, or an advisor of sorts. At which point, I feel there was a conversation, and there's a fire sign involved, okay, or Aries Sag, or just someone who's very egotistical, very self-motivated and self-driven. They'll step on anything and anyone to get ahead. So at which point you either told them, hey, I went and got some options for myself, or hey, I'm looking into this, just a fair warning because it's unfair or it's illegal what you did. At which point they started to try to bully you or intimidate you to drop whatever this dispute, complaint, lawsuit, whatever it is. Okay? They tried to bully you out of it. They tried to bully you into withdrawing whatever the complaint was, whatever the process that was started was. Okay? The challenges, the obstacles. So we have the Lover. So for a lot of you, this will be regarding a divorce or a separation that got very, I heard, contentious. And for others, this just represents a contract. King of Pentacles and the Three of Swords. Yeah. The challenge is either you still have love for this person or you have children together. And this is about custody agreements. I feel like someone's going after custody to hurt you, is what I heard. In other words, they don't really want to do that, but they feel like they have to do something to hurt you because you hurt them by you taking action in this situation, right? Or taking charge of the situation. For others of you, the challenge here is whatever was promised to you. It's something that you truly, truly wanted. Okay, it filled your heart, it gave you hope, it got you all excited. And it might have been a job, or it might have been a commitment. And the challenge is, what I'm feeling is, you're at a point where it's like, I really don't want to do this. Can't we just have a conversation? I just need an apology from you. Or I just need you to own up to what you did, to admit that it's wrong. Or I just need you to meet me in the middle. Or I just need you to be a grown-up about it. Or I need you to make this right, okay? It happened, fine, but admit that what you did was wrong and then do something to make it right. Give me some compensation, you know what I mean? Do something. And it's almost like you're going against your heart here because your kinder nature would be more prone to talk it out, to negotiate, to meet in the middle, even though you're the one that was wronged, okay? To give this person a chance or another chance. But you see them being so stubborn and such a bully and just so easily turn their back. You see them being stubborn, you see them being too proud. And I feel like it breaks your heart because this isn't something that you wanted to have to do. For others of you, this can be about inheritance as well, that is being contested unlawfully, or it's unethical, right? It could be an ex is trying to get part of your inheritance, or if you own your own business and there has been a separation, a breakup, or a divorce, an ex is trying to come at you to claim something from your business, to claim they helped you set it up and they have a right to it, to claim they gave you some money, so you have to give them money back because your business is doing well, so you have to give them a percentage, okay, or something along those lines. What's unknown here? So we have the Star, the Ace of Wands, and the Two of Cups. Unknown factors or unknown influences. The Star can be an energy or a person. I feel like this could be someone stepping in as a mediator, or someone stepping in that if it's a more of a personal situation. This is someone who knows you both. They want you both to do well. They want you both to be free of the situation and move on happily and in a healthy way. This person might step in with the Ace of Rods and actually help you reach a compromise with the Two of Cups, where it's fair to everyone involved, for better or for worse, whether it's what they wanted or not. But it's fair, it's balanced, it's equal. Everyone gets what they deserve. For others of you, the unknown factors here, the Star as an energy represents healing, inner peace, healing and hope. If you want there to be a compromise in the situation, or for you to get the compensation, or for you to get what you deserve out of this, what you're not aware of is you might need to take action, okay? Or to follow through is what I hear. So for those of you that you have not taken action, the Eight of Swords with the Two of Swords, you're trying to, I do feel like you're trying to just let it go. But the more you try to let this go, the more you try to be the bigger person, the more this person pushes, either mocks you or they come at you for even more than what they already took. Does that make sense? And I feel like that's what pushes you into, all right, well, now I'm going to look at some options because it's ridiculous. It's not fair. It's not right. You might be trying to just let it go, but you're not sleeping at night, okay, because you know that it's not fair and you can't let it go, and you shouldn't. So if you're at that point, then what you need to know is you can have what you deserve out of this situation. If it's not what was promised being rectified and given to you, which is a possibility, especially in the case of a promotion or a raise or a bonus, anything to do with performance reviews, anything to do with inheritance or things that were taken from you, stolen from you, you can get that back, okay, and get things back on track. But you need to take action and then follow through, keep on it, okay? For those of you that you've already done that, I feel like if someone's offering to mediate, give them a shot, or you talk to a mediator. It's a less intimidating circumstance than if you went to a lawyer, okay? Going to a mediator is more like counselor type energy, right? A negotiator of sorts. So it's not a lawyer, it's not as threatening to the other person or the other party, right? It's like, hey, I want to work with you. I'm not going to take you to court. I just want to talk, and I just want to come up with a solution between the two of us. It doesn't have to go to court. I don't want to do that, but I will if I have to, right? It's a less daunting, less intimidating situation for the other party, and they would be, I feel, more open to talk and to negotiate. let's see the outcome here. So we have the Five of Rods, or the Five of Wands, Eight of Cups, and the Knight of Pentacles. So I feel like this is turning your back on conflict. For some of you, this talks about turning your back on the conflict. If you're not getting anyone else involved, I don't feel like you're going to get anywhere. It's just going to be more of the same, right? Until the point where you say, you know what, this isn't worth it, never mind, I'll cut my losses and I'm going. And then you start to just kind of pick up the pieces and start to rebuild your finances, your reputation even, find a different job or whatever this is. For the most part, however, I feel like this talks about putting the conflict and the standstill and the impasse. Because the Five of Wands also talks about an impasse. It's where everyone wants, each of those people want to get their way. And as a result, everyone's pulling in a different direction. So as a result, everything's stuck. And it's walking away from that with compensation, with the money you deserve, or what was owed to you, the property that you lost, or whatever this is. Okay, it's settlement, it's compensation. It's fair. Okay, they're looking at what you deserve in the situation based on work put in, hours put in, any paperwork, any documentation, property rights, all of that. And then they are giving you an offer, they're making you an offer, or they're saying this is what you deserve and the other party has to pay or has to give that back to you, or whatever the case is. Okay? But it will reflect your efforts. It will reflect your rights, your entitlement. Okay? Let's get some advice here. I'll put these aside for now. And then I'll pull some kippers. So let's see. Angels and guides, please show me advice for those dealing with the situation. What's the advice so that they can get the best possible outcome, a fair outcome to the situation? So at the bottom of the deck now we have the Seven of Cups. We'll see how that plays in. So in terms of advice, we have the Empress, the Queen of Swords, and the Eight of Wands. So this is saying I'm getting very specific scenarios. If this is about children with the Empress, the Queen of Swords is telling you to fight for your children. You will have victory. You will have overwhelming victory, because I feel like this other person, your ex, presumably, is banking on the fact they're not going to go too far with this. That they can bully you or intimidate you to back down, for you to apologize to them. This is where you're dealing with a very toxic person, with a narcissist, who has a very big problem with you actually mustering up the courage to walk away from them. And if that is the situation, this is telling you fight for your kids. Do not back down, because a judge will see right through them. Queen of Swords. Justice will be on your side. If this is about inheritance, property, even your reputation, again, I'm seeing get the word out. Talk to people. Get your options. Okay, get the law involved. Get a second opinion if you have to. Also, if it's about what are they saying? They're saying documents, receipts, dig up messages, emails, anything in writing, anything that you have recorded. Dig that up. Okay, if they haven't asked you to do that already, you prepare in advance. They probably will. Or maybe something that you didn't think about. But you have something in your emails, or you have something in your messages, or you have some recordings, some voice recordings, I don't know. This is telling you to dig those up and use them as evidence. The Empress here is also, combined with the Queen of Swords, is asking you to take a step back and let justice run its course. So once you've spoken to an attorney, an advisor, the legal representative, the HR person, once you have given them the messages, the paperwork, the communication, take a step back and allow them to do their job, okay? The Empress does not chase, the Empress does not push. You have everything you need to protect yourself. That's why you have the shield. And what you deserve is clear in the situation. Okay, it's there for everyone to see. So if it's a case of you don't want to take it to court, but it has to go to court, or you're advised to take it to court by your attorney or legal representative, don't be afraid to do so. Follow their guidance. Let the process play out, because justice will be yours. Okay. If they're telling you, don't be in contact with that person until this is settled. If they message you, if they email you, if they text you, save the messages and show them to me. Again, follow what they're saying. Take a step back here. Don't have contact with the person or the party. Let justice play its course. But again, I'm seeing this focus on record or download or print or save texts, emails, DMs, voice recordings, whatever type of communication you have in this situation, because that will be your overwhelming victory. Okay, does that make sense? Again, if they're telling you, look, I know that you want 150%, however, based on what we have, based on your paperwork, your efforts, your time, I don't know, a judge would give us this, I suggest we take that, right? If they're advising you in any like that, right? This is telling you it's a fair assessment. You have the Queen of Swords. It's a fair assessment. Okay, so don't let your temper get the best of you, because that's why you have the Seven of Cups here as well. I'm not saying you don't deserve 150%. That's not what I'm saying. Unfortunately, what we deserve and what we can get based on the law and all the loops and all the loopholes, and all the, you know what I mean, are two different things, unfortunately. So, if your legal representative is telling you, okay, I've had a look at everything, this is what a judge is going to do, this is what they're going to say, this is what they're looking at, and this is what they're probably going to suggest, I suggest we go with that, because it's fair, right? Because with the Seven of Cups here and the Eight of Wands, there might be a tendency to want to push it, to be like, no, I want this and that and the other, I want them to suffer, I want them to give me everything they have and more, I want them to be homeless, God forbid. But I know, I can understand things like this can get very heated and very frustrating when you've done nothing wrong. And not only have you done nothing wrong, you're trying to be the bigger person, and the other person or party are taking advantage or pushing you to the limit or trying to blame you for stuff or just taking from you. It can make you crack. It can make you go into, okay, now I want to hurt you. So, this is telling you, stay in your integrity, keep it classy, don't let temper rule you. I feel like what is offered to you will be fair. Okay? Again, based on what we have to work with, based on what we can prove. Because this is also in the outcome, this is where we're not happy about it, but we can be done with the situation. There's something with the Five of Wands where there's still a little bit of inner conflict, there's still a little bit of, do I fight more, or do I just accept it, take what is presented, and kind of move on? Just let it go, be done with it, right? Because we also have to consider what a situation like this does to our health as well. All the stress, all the tension, all the anger. And we have to ask ourselves, is it worth me pushing this? Especially in a situation where we're told this is what's fair here, right? So let me pull a few kippers and we'll wrap it up. So let's see. What additional advice do you have in the situation? What additional advice do you have here? What else can you tell me? Additional advice in the situation. Okay, so they showed me the spread. So I'm just pulling cards. Bottom of the deck, we have the main male. Yeah. You're dealing with you're dealing with a piece of fill in the blanks. So we have house, we have despair, house, 4 wands, despair, 3 of swords, child. So for some of you, definitely children are involved. Wealthy man. I'm seeing that as the King of Rods, who's a thief. So this is manager, higher up, someone who already has a lot, and somehow that's never enough. They want what you have, right? They want to take your assets. They want to take back something that they promised you. They want to get out of paying you something that they owe you. We have distant horizons as the last card, which is the 8 of Cups energy, similar to the 8 of Cups energy. So there has been a massive shakeup to do with a home dynamic, a family type interaction, whether it's spouse and children or you and siblings or parents. There has been a massive shakeup there. It got you to the point where it's interesting. You have the 2 swords, the 8 of swords, and this guy's covering his eyes. You really don't want to have to do this, is what I'm seeing here. It's like, I really don't want to have to do this. This is really not necessary, okay? But the other person, this Jack ASS, is banking on you thinking that, because they know you. This is someone who knows you, okay? This isn't someone that just comes in the night. That's not the situation we're looking at anyway, right? And they just take something. They never met you. They take something from you and they go. This is someone who knows you. They're banking on you being you and letting them get away with thieving, damaging your reputation, not paying you what they owe you, letting them get away with them contesting a will, an inheritance, and taking from your part, your share. Banking with you, letting them get away with the fact that they promised you that raise, that bonus, that promotion, and then they don't deliver. And they promised you have it in writing, again, right? You have it in writing, in emails or something. And then you're like, okay, so where is this? I kept my end of the bargain. They told you, oh, if you do this and this and this, that will be front runner. You'll get this and that and the other. And then you did everything on your side. And then they're not delivering theirs, right? But they're banking on the fact that you won't do anything about it. Okay? This is also someone who you could be the wealthy person if you're doing very well in your job, or if you have your own business. They want a cut. They want a piece of that because they think they're entitled, and they're not. They're going to try to intimidate you and bully you until they see that you actually are willing to fight back. They're banking on the fact that you'll just give them what they're asking for, just so you can keep the peace, because I feel like that's your personality, right? To keep the peace, to just appease the situation and be done with it, right? Piece of work, man. Piece of work. I also get, because you have two males here, and you have 2 kings in the spread as well. For some of you, whether you're male or female, you have moved on with someone else, and this person can't handle it. They can't handle it because it's someone who's better than them. which is not hard to do if I'm going to be honest, with this kind of energy that I'm looking at. They're wealthier, their reputation is better, they're popular, they are well respected, they're a pillar of the community, and this person cannot stand it. And they think that now, because this person's doing well, and so you're going to be doing well, they should get a cut of that. How the hell does that work out in their heads? Or they're like, oh, I'm not paying child support anymore, you got a boyfriend. But that's not really how it works unless you're married. You know what I mean? But they're so stubborn and they want to hurt you because you've moved on with someone who's a lot better for you, and good for you. Okay? But like I say, don't back down. Whoever, do not back down. Okay? Do not back down. It'll be different for everyone. If it's either you get your options, you get a mediator involved and it doesn't have to go to court, great. Or you get your options, you talk to them about it. If they're still stubborn and bitter and they're trying to intimidate you, bully you to back down, take them to court, you take them to court. And then you let justice play out. You keep your receipts and you trust your representative. And this is you finally lifting this anchor. This situation is something that has been a very heavy burden for you, especially if children are involved. Because it's not just about you. When it's just about you, you can take it. You can figure it out. It's fine. Okay? But when it's children involved. And it breaks your heart that this other individual is not thinking about what's best for the children. They just want to hurt you. And it's depressing, but unfortunately, such is the nature of some people. Okay? But there is a way out. In a way that you can finally be done with this. Put it behind you and release that burden once and for all. Okay? It's in the advice that we've seen here, that we've given. Alright? So, I'll leave that with you. I really hope it helps you, okay? Because it's a messy situation. It's difficult. It's painful. However you look at it, whether there are children involved or not, it's still difficult and painful and disappointing, to say the least. But like I say, don't take someone to take advantage of your good nature. It's a lesson in boundaries, and it's a lesson in self-respect. Okay, so I hope the reading helps you. I hope it gives you some guidance, some insight, heads up, confirmation that you're doing everything you're supposed to be doing, and hope for, or at least, advice on how to get to that best possible outcome so you can be free from this burden. Okay, so I'll leave that with you. I'm looking forward to your thoughts, your feedback. If you think this is going to help anyone else, please make sure to share the video, get it out there. Good luck with everything. Okay, and remember, stay in your integrity. Justice will be served. Justice will be served, and everyone will get their karma. You and everyone else. Whether it's positive or negative, that's according to their actions, okay? So you stay in your integrity. Don't let this person drag you down, okay? Drag you into toxic energy. Don't let them do that to you, because then they win. Then they truly win. If they break your spirit, if they change you on the inside, if they change your heart where you become bitter, then they win. Think about that. Okay? So, I'll leave that with you. Again, good luck. Hoping for the best. Looking forward to your thoughts, your feedback. And I'll see you in the next one. Alright? Bye for now.